Frank was diagnosed last year with Alzheimer's. His doctor has insisted that he stop driving immediately due to his diminished and deteriorating cognitive judgment. Frank's wife, Betty, agrees with the doctor. However, Betty has never driven and is an unlikely candidate for learning. She has relied on Frank for all of their transportation needs, but she knows she must confront him.
I think I'll head on over to Jim's before it gets too late.
Oh, honey, wait a moment, please. This is from Dr. Robinson. Do you remember from yesterday?
No, I do not.
Would you read it, please?
There's nothing wrong with my driving.
You almost hit a man yesterday. He was on his bicycle, don't you remember?
There's no such thing as a prescription to stop driving.
This is from Dr. Robinson, just to remind you, when we met with him yesterday. We met yesterday morning. Honey.
I know, Okay. I sometimes forget where you get your hair done. On Fridays, where you get it done on Fridays, but that has nothing to do with my driving.
You always told me to be honest with you. When this thing first started, you said no matter how difficult, I needed to be direct. You almost hit a man yesterday. He was riding on his bicycle. Do you know we could never live with ourselves if we hurt someone?
We?
This is us. We're a team. This is us, we. Frank, you've been driving for almost 60 years, and you're a great driver. But things change. We're older now.
You could drive us.
Not with my eyes. I couldn't get a license.
The cinnamon rolls. The coffee and the cinnamon rolls at the mall. Who's going to drive us there in the morning? That's our group.
Frank, I've been thinking about this. Ted and Joan always say they want to help.
He's a terrible driver.
Well, we could start a carpool and we'd buy the cinnamon rolls and the coffee. Huh? Just the coffee. Oh, what does it matter? What difference is it, Frank?
What about your hair? They're not going to take you to the salon, too.
It's so close. I could get a taxi. Remember when we first made the decision to downsize to this place? One of the reasons we moved here was because it was so close to everything. That was part of the plan. Honey, please.
What kind of a man am I if I can't even drive you to get your hair done or to the mall? No. That's not a life. That's nothing.
Frank.
It's nothing.
A real man understands change and tries to act in a responsible way. You're a real man, Frank. I don't need a chauffeur. I didn't marry a chauffeur. I don't need you to drive me, to drive us. Nothing matters, Frank. Except you. Nothing. You're all that matters to me. I love you, Frank.
Speaking to a spouse with Alzheimer's about stopping driving can be very challenging, especially if he or she has been the main driver in the family. Here are some ideas for how to frame the conversation. Reinforce medical diagnoses and directives. Frank trusts and respects his longtime doctor and may be more likely to accept his recommendation. Anticipating that Frank would not remember his doctor's instructions, Betty had the physician write on a prescription pad that Frank was to no longer drive. She shows him the prescription when he becomes defensive. Demonstrate understanding and empathy. Acknowledge the difficulty that relinquishing driving poses. Betty states that she knows Frank has been a good driver for more than 60 years, but she then explains that he no longer possesses the necessary judgment to drive safely. Stress the positive while offering alternatives. Driving is an empowering activity, especially for seniors. Finding an alternate driving source can help alleviate feelings of helplessness. Betty tells Frank that they can reach out to their friends to carpool to the mall each morning, and that she can take a taxi to her Friday hair appointments. Offer unconditional love and support. Agreeing to stop driving can be humiliating, leading to feelings of worthlessness. Reassure the person of your unconditional support and love, dismissing any significance attached to driving. Betty tells Frank that he was never her chauffeur and that she loves him. This may be the first of many conversations about driving. Due to the person's dementia, it is likely that you will have to address the driving issue several times. The person may forget that they agreed to stop driving, or they may not believe they cannot drive safely anymore, in spite of evidence to the contrary. It is important to remain patient but firm about the decision.